U.S. music-based publicist, and I've also handled his last film, The Lost Holiday, which was highly anticipated. This was not easy. Jussie did not want to be outside. So to make him come outside, we had...
This is so embarrassing, but I'm so happy to be here. Thank you, Aviana. Y'all give it up for Aviana. Yeah, I just thought that I could release the album and it just be done.
No.
And then Dallas and everybody was like, we have to do something. And I couldn't think of what to do. And then I called Mr. Faison. And instantly I was just like, can we do something at the theater? He's just been such a huge inspiration to me as an artist and as a man, as a black man, as a black queer man. And I'm so grateful to him. So just, Mr. Faison, thank you so very much for hosting us tonight and allowing us into your space. Even more than just feeling like I wanted a place that, I feel like a place that feels like love is a place that you feel safe in. And I feel safest in Harlem, at least in the United States. I feel safest in Harlem. I lived here for 5 years. I moved here at a time that was, you know, not a lot of fun. But I came here and I was healed. I was healed here in Harlem. So I'm so blessed to be here tonight. I don't take any of this for granted, and I hope that you feel the love from me when you hear just the music. I just think it's dope music too. Yes. Like, I just think that, and I say that humbly. But I'm really proud of it. I'm really proud of the work that we put into it, and how Bevy.
It's dope music.
Thank you. I'm just so happy. There's so many people I love, y'all. I'm just so, oh my God, Anthony, all of y'all, I love y'all so much. So we're gonna roll through. I didn't even know how this was gonna work because on my first album, you know, I don't even remember what we did on the first album. I think we just threw a party in LA, and that was it because I was working on the show, so there wasn't a lot of time. I had like 2.5 days to promote the album, and then I had to get back to work. And so I didn't know what this was gonna look like, and we thought about doing like a Q&A, and we thought about, you know, just having like a conversation with someone, and then it just became a thing of, let's just play them some songs, and you know, if y'all got questions, or if Aviana got questions, we'll answer them. But this is, I don't know if y'all been here. I know, sorry y'all been waiting here for a minute too, so that's my bad. But I look like trash when I left here, so I had to go and like take a shower, wash my ass. So I'm my language. But yeah, let's just, it's out today, so it's out there. It feels like letting your baby go to school for the first day, and you're like, damn, now all of these people either gonna be really nice to her, or they're gonna be real mean to her. You know, some people gonna be really nice to her, and some people gonna be mean to her, but you know, baby gotta grow, baby gotta go and spread their wings and fly. So, how are you?
Hi.
So,
love you.
Yeah, so that was Breakout. That was written in Amsterdam by Alon Clark, David Michael Ott, and Amber Ojeda. And they sent it to me. That was the last song that I recorded. I recorded it about 5 months ago. And it was sent to me, and I was in the bathroom and I just started crying when I heard it. I cry easily, but that ain't the damn point, right? And I just called up David, who has been my musical partner for years, way back before the show, and you know, produced a lot of songs with me for the show. And I recorded it the next day, and it became the title track. So this is my story to this, and that's Breakout. So, what? Yes, John.
Why did the song speak to you, and why did it make you so emotional?
Because I felt like, good question, Bevy Smith. Do you want to do this? See how we reel in her thing slow? Because I feel like I have been waiting to. Thank you. This is you. This is Shane. I have been for some time waiting for myself to allow myself to break out of the perceptions, the misconceptions, the wanting to prove myself, wanting for people to believe me or hear me or just leave me alone. And somehow the song spoke to me in a way that was just so honest, and it was so it was soul-bearing, but it wasn't soul-bearing in a sad way, you know, because I'm a really joyous person. I'm a really happy person. And for some, it's like, we all have those things that happen, right? Where it's like, dang, it feels like I just shouldn't smile anymore. Like I shouldn't, nobody thinks I should smile. Nobody, there's some people don't even want to see you smile. And they might read your smile as something else, you know, just something bad. And so you stop doing it, at least in public. And then sooner or later it just becomes so exhausting that you just stop going outside at all. And I had to break out of that. And so when I heard the song, I was like, yo, the album had been done like 1,000,000 times, but it wasn't done. And Dallas Austin was like, yo, the album is done, bro. Like, the album is done. And I'm like, yeah. It is, but it wasn't. And that was the song that I was like, I recorded it, and I was like, Some Things was the real first single off of this, and it went to #1 on the iTunes chart, so we're really grateful for that. And, you know, they ain't reported on that because they didn't want to report on the good stuff. But it's all right. But this has a sample of "Hold Tight," and so this is something. This is one of my favorites.
It's a vibe.
It's a vibe. It's a vibe.
Okay, so with that, it gives us such a retro feel.
Mm-hmm.
Of course, obviously, Hold Tight is an iconic 1980s groove jam, all of it. But also, I just felt like the instrumentation, your vocals, all of it is very much derivative of a Michael Joseph Jackson feel. Is that what you were trying to do?
I mean, that's my go-to.
Yeah,
that's my him and his little sister. Like, thank you. God bless. Y'all, when I tell you, we don't talk about this though sooner or later, because I have to talk about, I have to talk to y'all old ass men in this audience just like me, who will not admit the fact that we literally have hormonal changes. I know I'm one. So thank you for being honest. It's so difficult.
It's menopause.
It's everything menopause. I know I ain't the only one. 43. What?
Menopause. Okay, wait, but back to the music. So, talk about something and about the feeling that we get when we listen to it, and also the fact that it gives us that energy of Michael Joseph Jackson and Janet Camila Joe Jackson. You have to give them their names and their legends.
Well, you know what it is that it was that, and also the king of drums is in the building. Shawan B. Bearded Andrews is in the building. He played drums on it. Shawan, stand up. It's my brother. He did all the scores. He did the entire score. He did the score for B-Boy Blues. He did the score for The Lost Holidays. So if you like the score on that, that's my brother right there. That's my brother, the peace line. He invented the peace line. I want to be honest. This album and this song was the one that really started the whole vibe of the album, because it was like, well, we gonna follow this. This is it. This is it, you guys. This is it. And so we went with that vibe, And even to the, the musicians, this album is 95% live instruments.
Oh my God.
Yeah, absolutely. And we have some of the most iconic, musicians, aside from Shawan from Be Bearded. We also have, we have James Gadsden playing drums over here that has played with everyone from Bill Withers, played on I Want You by Marvin Gaye, played on Dancing Machine by the Jacksons, played on Love Hangover by Diana Ross, and he's playing on the album. So we also have Curtis Williams, who is doing all of the horns, and from Kool and the Gang, he's doing all of that. But the album is even mixed by Brian Big Bass Gardner, who mixed Thriller and Off the Wall.
Okay.
So there's a certain level of authenticity that we wanted for the album, that we wanted for the sound of the album.
I want it to be sonically
sonically, we wanted it to feel that way. And so that's why we went that way. Yeah.
It sounds.
You know how, the words, I know the song, I wrote it. But you know how you just been looking, you just been feeling, you just been like, somebody's out there. And then you just see just another dud, and another one, and another one, and another one. And you just like, I'm starting to feel like everybody around me that's jaded, that's telling me that this is not, that love is not possible, that they're jaded, but I'm starting to feel like maybe I am the fool, and maybe I won't, but this is that hopeful thing, and I found mine, so.
Okay.
No, that's right.
I'm right. This is imagination. The fact is that, I love a man, and before I love that man, I love me. Now I love one man. So why wouldn't I sing about it in that way? And I look to so many greats that came before us who, it's not even my story to tell, it's their story, but they didn't necessarily get to sing about or to, honestly, the people that they maybe loved. And what a blessing that I'm in 2025, as painful as this world and as this nation is, as hard as it is watching our identities be attempted to be stripped away, because your identity cannot be stripped away if you don't let it be stripped away. But just the thought of that, and then thinking that somehow you could lose your entire career, you could lose your entire livelihood for something as simple as who you love. And so with that said, I also grew up identifying, never heard a song of, I have now, of course, right? But when I was growing up, I never heard a song of someone singing to the same gender. The first time I ever heard anything remotely like that was Janet Jackson's version of Tonight's the Night on Velvet Road. And I was like, what? And so I just wanted to, I remember I started that song many, many years ago, and it was, I think I started and I wrote it for New Edition. Yeah, and I submitted it to New Edition and they ain't take it. But I wrote that many, many years ago, and it was Girl, and then, I took it and we finished it and I changed it, and love is what we want to experience, and I know that everybody can identify with love. And so just like I grew up listening to songs, men singing to women, women singing to men, and I felt it so deeply, anybody can identify with somebody singing to love. So just test the waters, that's what I'm trying to do, is push it. So that's imagination.
I love it. Breaking down.
Yeah.
I'm supposed to be lying.
They just be lying. Lying to you, lying on you. Yeah. People just they be lying.
My subterfuge.
Lying.
Okay, it seems very personal. It seems like
It's
have
very
a flashback.
personal.
It's very much a flashback.
It is. It's a couple flashbacks.
It's a couple flashbacks.
It's a couple flashbacks, but not no like relationships. I don't have flashbacks. need.
Oh, okay.
I ain't triggered by it.
Okay,
Because I'm
right.
healed by love.
Yes, and if you don't say.
But screw them. Yeah, I mean, people just, yeah, I mean, it's self-explanatory. People just be lying. People just be lying.
Well, you made it through all the lies. So kudos.
We'll see.
No, you did. You always push through.
Yes, always.
Always,
By the
always.
grace of God.
Before we get into the next song, I did want to ask.
I get so happy every time I have to talk about that. It's just because it just makes me feel good. Like it's like the 12-year-old me will be like, yes, like, yeah. Because when I tell you I used to call 411, remember when we had that? And I used to call 411, and I mean everyone from Rowdy Records to the Face Records to, I used to be able to tell you the address. The Face was on Peachtree in Atlanta. I could tell you like Triple B Records when Bobby Brown had his record company that was a subsidiary of MCA Universal. Like I could tell you all of that. Lil Silas when he had Silas Records and had Shantae Moore, come on. And I used to call these places and be like, can I please send you my demo? And they'd be like, we don't take unsolicited things. I'm like, but it's solicited. By who? By what lawyer? I'm like, so I couldn't send it in. So what happened was that Dallas, Dallas was one of those people, just like you, just like Mr. Faison, just like James and Derek and Mark and Savoy and all of the Ricky and Musa and all of these, Jim Beans who's here, all of these amazing people who have checked in on me and looked out for me with nothing in return that they asked for. Nothing. There were times, ask Musa, where I was just like, I just didn't know, but the people that checked in on me without wanting or needing anything from me, and Dallas was one of those people. And so we built a friendship over the last 6.5, almost 7 years, that was not based on music. It wasn't based on business, wasn't based on money or anything like that. It was based on like brother to brother, like how are you doing? Like how's your spirit? You always be like, yo, how's your heart? I'm like, it makes me so uncomfortable when you ask me that. And then I started being like, how is my heart? And having those conversations as a man with another man, especially a man who is even just a little bit older than you, means everything, at least to me. But then I started recording again, and I would just send him stuff as it came. And then he started coming to LA, and he'd sit in on some of my sessions, and he'd be like, "Oh, you should shorten this intro, David. Like, do this, do that." And he was so collaborative, and it just elevated everything, And then I released some things not on Rowdy. I released it under DAD because under his distribution company, because he's such a champion of the artist, like such a man of like, yo, you gotta own your masters, you gotta do it. He's very, very, very much a champion of that. And it did well. And the next one, My Mind, did well. And then when I was releasing things, I released my first album through my own label, named Music of Sound. And this time around, I just wanted some support. I just wanted a partner in this. And he came on board. He was relaunching Rowdy Records, and he was like, "Yo, you could be the first artist out on Rowdy's relaunch." And I was like, "Yo, like Monica?"
Right.
And what? And we did it. And here, But what I will say is, I would call him. We would start to work together, and then I would drop off the face of the planet for like 5 months. And anybody who knows me knows that I'm good for dropping off the face of the planet for 5 months. And y'all ain't all got a nod. Yeah, that could just be between us. But every time that I would come back, he wouldn't even be like, "Where have you been, bro? Like, we've been waiting for you." He would just be like, "There he is." And we pick up. And so now we picked up, and I ain't dropping it no more. So I'm pushing myself to be out and to be like, to I was talking to Candy Burris. I did her show the other day, and she was like, love her. And she was just like, the whole thing is when you're going through something, what you don't want to do is you don't want to go inside, because you go inside, you might stay.
Yeah.
And so she's like, so I don't ever want you to stay inside too long again. But I like being inside also. I ain't sitting over there inside just crying all day. I like being inside. But there's also, I heard a new term, like outrovert.
Yeah.
Y'all heard that? Like outrovert. When I tell you I am an outrovert because I'm good at it, but it ain't my thing. It ain't my thing. But I'm good at it. And that's that. So that's how it became a Rowdy Records recording artist. One of my favorite. That's my fiance. He's on the song. That's why he's like in it. So yeah, of course it's his favorite song. It's got Amber Wagner in it, who is an incredible podcaster and content creator and actor. And she just posted this clip with these long nails. And when I was going through like the thick of my craziness, it was like I would watch it over and over and over, and she would be like in her nails, she would have her nails, and she'd be like,
What Mark just stole?
She just talked. Well, no, this was started by Amber Wagner. This was Amber Wagner.
That's what I'm saying. Mark Jacobs stole that.
Coco, that's
He does that
WB.
now. He does that now.
Oh, he does this.
Social media
Oh, really?
all the time.
Got it.
Took it from a black woman.
Got it.
Surprise.
But it's called Just Be, and again, it has the beautiful flute of Curtis Williams from Kool and the Gang, and the flute, the saxophone, and all the horns that's in there is played by him. So this is one of my favorites. It was the song that we did. My little brother, we joke and we call him Joe Jackson, my younger brother Jake, because he always comes in and he's like, do it again. And I was like, do what again? Yo, take again. Like he will listen to the song and he'll be like, your vocal could have been stronger in that one part. And I'm like, really? Okay, fine. But he's always, he has a great ear and he tells me with love. So he listened to the album, he's like, it's incredible. He said, you need one more dance song. He left the studio and I wrote this and David produced it and it's called Just Be. So let's do it. Thank you, that's Just Be. Thank you. Yeah, that's the last song on the album. We didn't play all the songs on the album, but we almost did. Yeah.
But really good. So we heard two bops. Do you have plans to have dance remixes for the other songs?
It's crazy that you said that because between Bill Coleman and
the iconic Bill.
Yeah, the iconic Bill Coleman. He's been doing we having remixes from Bill Coleman and his DJs. We have a remix coming from Dallas and Junior Sanchez.
Oh wow!
For Breakout, and we have some other bops that are on the album. You just gotta get the album and listen to it because there's a lot of up-tempo songs. Usually more than I usually get to record. Yeah.
But even like something like Mood could be turned into something that we could do on the dance floor.
Moon definitely could be turned in any one of these songs. I mean, yeah. Listen, y'all want the DJ kit? Take the damn DJ kit. Y'all go do something. Anybody here? Take the DJ kit because we got them all.
Okay.
Yeah.
Jussie, what would you like people to take away from this project? Because obviously it's incredibly personal. It's your first project since you've been, what I would say, vindicated. And so what do you want people to experience or to learn about you while listening to the album?
I don't know if it's learn about me, but just feel, just love. I mean, I don't know. No, I do know. I would not have gotten through anything, public or private, without love of God, love of my ancestors, love of my mother, love of my siblings, love of my man, love of my friends. I don't actually believe in friendship. I truly believe in, just stay with me, Oprah. See, I I believe that if someone is truly, truly there for you, and truly loyal to you, and truly loves you, and has your back, and holds your feet to the fire, tells you the truth about yourself in the good times and the bad times, that's not a friend, that's family.
Yes.
And anyone else is an associate. So what I had to do is I had to recognize who was there and who was there.
Yes.
And some people are seasonal. It doesn't mean that they're bad. It doesn't mean they just are seasonal. They're a character that has an arc in the season, and then they're written off, and you're on to the next season, and their character is not there anymore.
Yeah.
And that's okay. They still play their part in the season. So for me, but the love is still there.
Yes.
And so without it, I would not still be here. I just know it, and it makes me emotional, but I won't. But it's just, I'm telling y'all, I would not be here if I didn't understand that I am loved.
Yes.
That's why for Just Be, and I don't think I've ever said this publicly, but it's like when I was, just side note, I'm just gonna be transparent with y'all, like when I was,
It's all right. Take your time.
I won't even give him this, but what I will say is, somebody looked at me and said, and was so thrown off by my confidence and by my sense of knowledge of who I am, even with mistakes that you can throw out there, but with such a strong knowledge of who I am, such a strong knowledge that has been given to me by my mother, as a black man, knowing who I am, and have always been honest about who I am in times when I didn't have to be. And instead, he looked at me and he said about my audacity. And he said, all of the things that he wanted to say on a stage that he had. And so when I thought about it, I was like, it is audacity. It's the audacity. It's the tenacity. It's my ancestral mastery. It's what we've been doing this entire time. So when people come at us, the only time that I will ever be canceled is when I am no longer out of this body. And that's done by God. And that's not a cancellation, that's a completion. So to feel the love that we put in, we had all these discussions like in the studio, me and David, and then Dallas. And so that's why it's like, it's all up in there. If you really listen to the lyrics, you get it. I don't need to write a book. I don't need to do an exclusive, and I damn sure don't need to do a documentary. But I know for sure, you know who I am when you listen to the album. That's all I can say.
Perfect culmination. Congratulations, my man.